Well, hey guys, welcome back. I am Spaxter206 back with another scam prevention vlog. This one is going to get personal and deep very quickly. There may even be some vulgarity in this video to the point where I cannot monetize it. So, this is a disclaimer that I could get vulgar and very angry throughout this video. So, apologies for that, but that was just a warning. I have been brewing on this for a while, because a few days ago I just got done filing a report to the FBI about this situation. So now it's time I bring it public to you. I have made the situation pretty clear in my recent videos that financially we are not doing too well. That being said, I have been trying to find a job that pays decent. It's hard around here where I live because there's not really a whole lot of jobs and there's too many people, so it is what it is. So, you apply to jobs these days. Most people, including myself, use Indeed, which is what this video is about. Indeed is probably the most popular job board on the internet. As it should be, it's a good platform. However, as with everything, there are scammers, and I am here to warn you and anyone you know about this issue. There are people out there who fake being employers. Let me just say before I get too far into this that this video is the most expensive video, technically, that I will probably ever make for many, many years. This video technically costs $2,500 to make because I made a mistake and I don't want it to be repeated. You can judge me. You can say what you want about me. I don't care. It's not going to change what happened. I've learned from it and moved on. I'm here for you. So, criticizing me is not going to help. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, first and foremost, here is what happened. I'm going to run down this step by step. I was contacted through text message by a man. I'm not going to give any names. So I'm just going to make up a name for this guy. I got contacted by Ren. We'll just call him Ren. So Ren contacted me about employment. He brought up a job offer for $800 a week for a stay-at-home job to put labels on packages for him. The idea was that he was going to send me a giant lump package of a bunch of products, and I was to distribute them with other shipping labels and have them sent out to other people. So that was the idea of that. I would be at home, but I would reduce his shipping costs and reap the profits from that by helping him ship products out. So he sent me a link to apply. The first red flag that I should have already noticed was the application link was a mere Google Doc form. But I was desperate, so I applied. So step one, if you're applying using a Google form, probably a red flag. Don't worry, I didn't give my date of birth or social security or anything. None of that was given. Things got even fishier from there. But again, desperation kicks in, and you never know what you're going to do in desperate times. He tells me about his contact. He never gave me a name, but he has a contact in the States. So, presumably, I'm thinking, this guy's from out of the country. He's going to ship me in a big batch of products, because shipping crap from overseas is very, very expensive. I'm aware of this fact. So he's going to ship me a boatload of product, and then I'm going to distribute it within the States to make his shipping cost cheaper. So I'm presuming his contact is in the States. And he tells me that he is sending me a check. He sends me a check, and he says, most of this goes to the contact, and the rest of it is the $800 whatever for your first week paycheck. So I wait. In the mail comes this check, and I'll just say it flat out, for $3,200. I'm just throwing it out there because what's it gonna hurt? The check comes. I'm ecstatic. This is actually happening. My life could be turning around. We go to the bank, we deposit the check, all is going well. We pull money out because this is another red flag right here. He wants me to send it to his contact, primarily with gift cards. And if anything has to do with sending anything as a gift card, it is an untraceable payment format. Nothing can be done about it. So never, for any reason or circumstance, pay anyone with a gift card unless it is family or someone you know, and that you know well. Because it is seriously the easy, most scamable thing out there is paying via gift card. But again, desperation sank in. So I said, fine. We pulled, let's see, okay. So we went to the store, we got $700 in gift cards. That is absolute insanity. But we did it. You know, he sent the money, whatever. He was in charge. So we got the 700 in gift cards. Couldn't get any more gift cards that day because stores were concerned, and understandably so. So we opted to send the rest as cash. Well, little did I know, because I didn't know until now, and now you're going to know, that sending cash in the mail is illegal in large amounts. But what we did was we took the gift cards and the money and we sent it in the mail to his contact. Yeah, again, red flag. And of course he had asked for pictures of proof of purchase of all the gift cards, so had to send those. So currently, we have spent the $2,400, sent it to his contact, and it's gone out the door. The big thing that really makes me angry is he wanted overnight shipping through FedEx without signature required. And I was like, okay, fine. At this point, I don't care if it's under the table. I need to make some income. And regretting that choice. But overnight shipping for that package with money and stuff in it was almost $103. Yeah, take that into consideration for a second. $103 to send a package. Okay, now that you've thought about that for a minute. So, $2,400 out the door. $2,500, including the mail fee of the package that went. Well, we go to pay bills, and we check the bank account. The check was forged. It bounced. It was a fake check. So all that money from that check, gone. That's not including any of the fees that the bank did with that, because obviously there's a back charge and all that poor shit. But that's what happened. So we are out over $2,500, which is why I'm bringing this to you, because I don't want anyone making the same mistakes that I did. Another big thing to note is watch mailing addresses and where you're sending things, and try to understand where and why it's coming from that location, because the check that we got seemed like a weird place for it to come from, and the signature on it was not from a man, it was a woman's name, and he claimed that it was his accountant or his financial manager or whatever he said, and the check was a California check, but it was mailed from Pennsylvania. And if you're wondering how this all ties back to Indeed, that's where he found me. He found my resume and information on Indeed to contact me. So if you have your information on Indeed.com or probably any job board website anywhere out there, seriously, watch your text messages. Make sure that you aren't going to make a mistake, because as I was told multiple times, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So now we are even further in debt because of the situation, and there's nothing I can do about it, because the gift cards weren't traceable, the money's been sent illegally in the mail, and the only thing we have is the number that he texted me with, pretty much, and an email he gave me to try to PayPal, which didn't work, go figure. So that's pretty much all the FBI has to go off of. So I'll probably never see that money again, and if the same or similar thing happens to you, you probably won't either. Oh, and the package that we sent to the contact was for Wyoming. So, check from California, shipped to me from Pennsylvania, sent money and gift cards to Wyoming. All this within the states. And I thought this guy was from out of the states. That was the entire point of this operation. So alas, I'm still unemployed, trying to find employment. That being said, this video is not about me. It probably won't be monetized because this isn't, I don't care. This is for you, not for me. Be careful what you're looking at, what you're applying for, where your information is, and how much of it you give. Because if I would have given out my date of birth or social security, they could have stolen my identity. They could have done a lot worse things than they did. They could have opened more credit cards even. They could have maxed them out. They could have killed my credit score. They could have done a lot of terrible things with my information, and I would have had to file a separate report for that. So if you are applying or filing for anything, for the love of God, make sure that it is legit. Even if you're desperate like I was. Watch what you're doing. Because the stress for us did not stop with that money being gone. The stress came when it overdrew the account that we put it into. We'd put it into not my account, but my fiance's account. And it overdrew. Obviously. That bounce back, that's a heavy loss. So obviously it withdrew. And the bank, what's the bank want? The bank just wants their money. They don't care where it comes from. Who are they going to ask for the money by force? They can't ask the fraudulent person. They're going to ask you. And that's what they did to us. They said that we had 45 days? Yeah, they gave us 45 days to get all that money to put back into the account, or they were going to close it and send it to collections and beat the hell out of our credit score. We went to the local police station, filed a report. They couldn't do anything. They closed the report out before we even left the office. But we got a report number, so that was nice. Sort of. Bank can't do anything. The police can't do anything. Hoping the FBI can do something, but I'm not thinking they can because all the info they have to go off of. So, all this stress and hassle because I was desperate for employment. And I did something I shouldn't have. Like I said, you can shit on me all you want. I don't fucking care. Because it's not going to do me any good. No matter what you say, you cannot put me in more shit than I'm already in. This isn't about me. This isn't for me. I understand if you pity me, but I don't want your pity. I just want you to be careful. I care about all of you. I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. Especially all of you who are here for me. So please, for the love of God, just watch what you're doing. This world's tough right now. Money's a hard thing to come by. I'm sure a lot of you know the same struggle. But we're going to get through this. Things like this put you down so low mentally, though. They drive you to ask yourself terrible questions you never thought you'd ask yourself. Things that... The only way I can describe it is if you've ever been to a doctor's office and they ask if you have, like, depression, anxiety, ever thought of unaliving. And, you know, whenever I was asked those questions, it was almost like a joke. It was like, well, one, no, I've never thought that. And two, if you seriously meant that, why the hell would you even be asking me like that in the first place? Wouldn't it be more of a sincere topic? Because it's never a sincere topic, at least from what I've seen of it. It's always just a regular question like everything else. You know, in the same sentence, they'd be like, do you suffer from depression? Do you have diarrhea? That's how they treat it. But it's almost like a joke when they say it. And then you get to a point like this and it's like, well, man, maybe I do. But you know, this one mistake, along with all the rest, they're all adding up. But I'm not going to let it break me. Because what good is it going to do me or anyone else if I just let it ruin me? What good is a mistake if you just let it eat at you instead of trying to pull from it? The other day I found out that the brain can hold more information than you will ever be able to absorb in your entire lifetime. And that was one of the most inspiring things I have ever heard, because I am always willing to learn, not just from mistakes, but anything. And the fact that the brain can hold all of it, and I never have to worry about running out of room, that makes me so happy. Because I was always worried that one day I would try to remember something and it would just never be able to stick. So, point being, your brain is a literal sponge, and mistakes are meant to be learned from, not to be dwelled upon. This video is not me dwelling upon what I did. This video is me warning you to not do what I did, so you don't have to go through the struggles that I am. And you know, the terrible thing is, like, even Emily said it, it almost makes you want to open a GoFundMe, like, to really help and support, because we are in a bad spot. But GoFundMe and anything else is kind of like YouTube. It's kind of like anything else. If you don't have friends, if you don't have a way to really put it out into the world already, it's not going to be seen, you know. And it's not a pity party. It's not, if you're not a kid with, you know, some kind of problem, you know, terminal cancer, whatever, or if, you know, something seriously wrong or whatever, like raising money for anything more important than just somebody's personal struggles. Like, there's a lot of things that trump that. And I can't justify asking for support when there's so many people out there struggling with bigger things. But that's where I'm at. This has been a warning to you. I love all of you. Thank you for being here and watching this. I am here to support you, as I like to believe you are here to support me. Surprised I got through this video without swearing too much or crying, because that's about where I'm at now. But thank you for being here. You guys are one of the reasons I have for still being here. And don't worry, I'm not going to do anything stupid, you know, gotta submit any reports or anything. There's no worry there. But seriously, just thank you. And watch yourselves. The world's tough, but we'll make it. We're not like our grandparents full of asbestos. We're not like our parents full of lead. We're just full of microplastics. So there's that. You guys have a fantastic day, alright? And watch yourselves. And, you know, if you ever want to say anything, comments are there. You can tell me your situation, tell your stories if you want to. And, you know, whatever community we have here, we'll all support you. Because that's what I want this to be. I don't want people to crap on each other. I want it to be more loving, more open, accepting mistakes. This world has become too judgmental. I love you guys. Stay strong. Watch yourselves.